Welcome back to NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling. This is Jay Sully in the ECW newsroom with an important news update. As you saw on last week's show, Paulie Dangerously has announced his intentions to form an all-new Dangerous Alliance. Well, things haven't worked out as smoothly as Paulie would have hoped. My colleague, Joey Styles, interviewed Paulie, the CEO of the new Dangerous Alliance, and this franchise player, ECW heavyweight champion Shane Douglas. This is how things got started.
Tonight is a historic night, not just here in Philadelphia, not just in the ECW, not just in the NWA, but in the annals of sports entertainment itself. Tonight, now that the ECW is part of the NWA, I am going to give to you, miserable, ungrateful people, the all-new Dangerous Alliance. Tonight, my partner, just like Ravishing Recruit was my partner in the Dangerous Alliance is indeed a living legend, is indeed a franchise. He is the greatest world heavyweight champion of all time, and he hasn't even won a title yet. My partner is the ECW heavyweight champion, Mr. Shane Douglas.
Thank you, Paulie. You know, I am a man deserving of that kind of introduction. Being from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, land of Bruno Sammartino, land of living legend, Larry Zbyszko, it only stands to reason that I call myself, and I take the mantle and accept it with pride as being the new living legend of wrestling. It's not only the things I've done in wrestling, but it's that tremendous, great future. That beautiful road that I look down and I see all the things that's coming my way, including, as you said, Paulie, the National Wrestling Alliance heavyweight champion.
A grown man kissing another grown man's hand? As you all are aware, in 1991, Paulie announced Medusa as his director of covert operations for the Dangerous Alliance in World Championship Wrestling. Paulie has announced a new director of covert operations. Here's how he announced that very special lady.
The all-new director of covert operations for the Dangerous Alliance. A woman who, after spending 16 hours of unbridled bliss in a private suite in the Cayman Islands with the franchise Shane Douglas, can only be called not only the director of covert operations, but the next Mrs. Shane Douglas. I give to you, Sherry Martel!
I don't understand this at all. What is Sherry Martel doing with the likes of Paulie Dangerously? What a surprise! I can't believe this!
Sherry Martel, sensational Sherry, former manager of the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, former manager of the Macho Man Randy Savage, former manager of Shawn Michaels. Sherry Martel is the new director of covert operations for the Dangerous Alliance. Paulie Dangerously and his franchise player, ECW heavyweight champion Shane Douglas. Or is she? This is how things began to fall apart for the scheming Paulie Dangerously.
Not just for you, not just for Shane, but a surprise for Sherry as well. Hold the mic closer, dummy. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Dangerous Alliance, a man that I paid a lot of money for his contract. You are going to love me for this. I got you a bodyguard. I give to you, Sabu!
Whoa. Hey, don't worry about it. I don't need this again. I don't need another partner that's going to question my judgment. It's okay, trust me.
Oh, wait a second. The reason you've got partners that question your judgment is because you do this kind of crap behind my back. You got to understand, I'm not just your employee. I'm also a partner in Dangerous Alliance, and I say no way to Sabu.
Hey, maybe that's why I'm the senior partner, and you're the junior partner.
Wait a minute. You don't talk to my man like that. Not now, not ever. This is my man, and you want to talk to somebody like that? Talk to me because I'm a... Come on.
Don't you know my reputation in Philadelphia with broads like you? Don't you know what I can do? Why don't you have an idea what I can do to a broad like you?
Who are you calling a fraud? You know good for nothing. That's what...
Paulie, dangerously, I'm not through with you yet. You see, being the living legend, I am the franchise called the Dangerous Alliance.
Sensational Sherry siding with a franchise ECW heavyweight champion Shane Douglas. Well, this heated debate didn't end in the ring. It raged on in the private locker room of the Dangerous Alliance, where there's a big sign on the door that reads, "No press allowed." No press, that is, except for our very own Matty in the house. And Matty's there with his very own private video camera.
Hey, Matty, is this on? You rolling? Camera? Mic rolling? Great. This is The Scoop. We're here outside the dressing room of the Dangerous Alliance. As you can hear, there is a war going on. I mean, there is a lot of noise. No press is allowed, but we're trying to sneak in because we have Sensational Sherry, Shane Douglas, Paulie Dangerous, and Sabu. Let's take a look. Whoa. I can't go in there because of my own personal health. They are fighting up there. Shane Douglas and Sensational Sherry have sided together. Paulie Dangerously and Sabu are on the other side. There are warring factions going on within the Dangerous Alliance. And that is The Scoop.
Give it to him, Sherry. Meanwhile, the ECW champion, Shane Douglas, is going out with Sabu in the corner. This is like a mixed tag team match. Unbelievable action as Shane Douglas unloads on Sabu. As Sherry just goes to work. Wow! Back elbow that floor. Sabu and Sherry is kicking Paulie Dangerously rather. Good for her. Shane Douglas scooping up Sabu and slamming the challenger down to the canvas off the rope. Drops the elbow on Sabu.
What are you doing, Paulie, you
Well,
idiot?
Shane Douglas looks confident right now. He was ready for anybody, including Sabu, it looks like. Paulie being held back. Oh, the poor guy. Feel horrible for him. As Shane Douglas now, as Sabu ready for the superflex. And, oh, he hits. That could be all. The franchise not going for the cover, though. He's not following up. I don't understand this at all. The franchise. And now Shane's got his hands on Paulie. Yeah, give it to him. Paulie still got a lot of fight left in, well, maybe not. As look at the look in her eyes. She's got Paulie's cellular phone. As Shane Douglas is reversal on the Irish whip. Douglas goes hard to the corner. Belly to back suplex. Shane Douglas lands on the back of his head. He's a Sabu going to the top. Brutal. He hit cover. 1, 2, yes, that's it. That is all. We have a new ECW heavyweight champion, and it is Sabu. Once again, we have a new Eastern Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion, and his name is Terry Funk. Well, this is what we're all waiting for. Well, there is our champion. we've all been waiting for. One of our 3 main events here at Holiday Hell. The hottest ECW card of the year. We're glad you could join us here. These matches taped exclusively for ECW home video.
Is that who you're saying, brother? There he is.
There he is. Terry Funk. And he is accompanied by his few good men, Axel and Ian Rutt.
There is just a few of those guys around, isn't there?
Absolutely. He claims that Axel and Ian Rutt are here to keep Paulie dangerously out of the match. Here we go. Sabu diving at Terry Funk.
Here we go, Styles.
Here we go for the ECW heavyweight title. It's Sabu and Terry Funk. Sabu.
Look at the fist all taped up, too, on that Sabu.
Well, it's no disqualification. Anything goes. And already the chairs are being used. Smaller back to Terry Funk.
Relentless. The both competitors are going to be relentless. They have hatred from way back.
Sabu is just measuring Terry Funk with those right hands.
This match started here at ECW and it's gone from continent to continent. Am I right, Styles?
Absolutely.
I heard that Japan has bid in big money for this one match right here. But no, John Gordon outbid him.
Well, this is ECW. This is where it began, and this is where it's going to end. And it may end tonight as the grizzled veteran Terry Funk believes he is the man to defeat the hottest young superstar in the sport today.
You could actually call him a grizzled youngster, could you? Sabu.
Oh, absolutely. He looks like he's been through a war.
Both these guys.
And lost.
Have these guys ever stepped backwards in a fight? I don't think so.
Absolutely not. If you look at the body, the scars on Sabu, he looked like he was in a gang fight and didn't know anybody.
Good one, Styles. Good one. You made me laugh. That's real good.
I try my best. But I'm not kidding. Sabu has been through it all.
I hope Paulie has trained Sabu into the art of wrestling mismatch. You know about his aerial feats and all that stuff. But to win the title and to retain the title, he's got to get past Terry Funk. And you better know how to wrestle.
Sabu is the hottest commodity here in not only the ECW, but in professional wrestling today. Every major organization wants to get their hands on Sabu, but no, he wrestles for the ECW, and while it's not for everyone, it's certainly for Funk and Sabu. Sabu now slammed on a table outside the ring.
I've seen this before.
Terry Funk's got a chair. Oh, my! Did you hear that, Tony Rumble?
I think they heard that over in Veterans Stadium, over the roar of the crowd. Terry Funk is gone crazy, and he's on a mission. He wants his title back.
Well, Terry Funk has been the ECW television champion. He'd like to be the ECW heavyweight champion as well. Now setting Sabu up for a pile driver, and yes, he hits.
And Sabu, his neck just went into his spine, maybe about an inch and a half.
Two. Well, almost a 3 as Sabu gets his foot on the ropes. Axel and Ian Rutt look out from the corner. Those are Terry Funk's henchmen. And again, pile driver on Sabu. Sabu came in with a lot of momentum, but it has been stopped cold as Terry Funk, where's he go?
He's chasing dangerously. Hey, I had that same problem.
Terry Funk. Funk is a punching bag.
Kind of like hog tie, like he does down on the Double Cross Ranch. I guess what's good for the goose
is good for the Funker.
And Sabu is, if you remember early in the match, very early, he was throwing on that lower back also, and he stayed with that.
Well, Terry Funk has had back problems in his long career.
Oh, what is this? What is
What the
this?
hell is he doing?
Oh,
you kidding
my
me?
God! He just projected himself like a rocket, like a missile.
Well, internally he is, I would have to believe. His lower back can't be right. As now Sabu scoops and slams Terry Funk.
And he's going up.
He's going for the moonsault. He's going for it. Split-legged moonsault.
Whatever that is.
Two.
Did you ever get a name for that move, Styles?
That is the split-legged moonsault.
Oh, my.
You like that?
Fantastic. chance.
We have a name for it now.
We certainly do.
Terry Funk, not only did he kick out in 2, but had the energy to throw Sabu out of the ring.
Funk, what's he doing? What's Funk doing?
Are you kidding me?
Funk is out of his mind. Now, let me tell you something. He has the number. He's got the wrong number because Funk is laying him into him.
Well, speaking of numbers, you better believe that somebody's going to call 911.
Back onto the floor.
Terry Funk just hit the concrete floor.
Well, you know what I say, Styles? I've always lived by one credo. I ain't having fun till they gotta call 911. And that's why I'm here in the ECW. And these, look at.
Sabu now
He's spent more time on the floor than they have in the ring.
Well, it's no DQ. There's no countdown as well.
The lower back again.
Double leg
That's what I'm telling you. You see that? This Sabu is not a fool.
There is a method to his madness.
And again, that Boston Crab works that lower back. Paul Lee has got Sabu in perfect mental capacity here. I think Paul Lee's doing all the thinking here.
Well,
Wait a minute, what's that?
Sabu's handler is bringing a table towards the ring.
Terry Funk is lowered back.
Oh, and again, a double leg drop.
He's working on every one of those 26 vertebrae, and he's starting down at the bottom.
Sabu off the ropes. Slides through the ropes and misses.
Funk is lucky he got the tail. Oh, maybe he wasn't so lucky.
Well, that's why Sabu's handlers come into play. Would you look at the size of that guy?
The handler, he's got to be about 6'10", about 350 pounds, and he's a big guy here.
Well, if he's on Paulie's payroll, you can bet he's not about getting involved. Terry
Like it is, he's an assassin.
Terry Funk now headbutting away at Sabu. The Funker's out as well. Both men down in the ring. Paulie trying to wrap.
And the few good men have thrown the table in the ring.
Terry Funk's few good men, the bad breed accidentally arrived, giving the table a Funk.
Look at Funk, he's out of his mind.
Funk setting that table up, but when you're fighting Sabu, you gotta fight fire with fire.
I'll tell you, between Funk and Sabu, they both think Baltimore's in New York.
As Terry Funk, as far as I'm concerned, the only city worth worrying about is Philadelphia. No offense to you.
Philadelphia, baby, everything's coming up. Bruise.
As now somebody's gonna wear that table. Will it be Funk or Sabu? It's Funk.
And the table's split. And the table's split. Funk again.
And again, the table has been broken.
That's sort of like table tennis.
Yeah, but
this is table wrestling. This is like that Miller Lite beer commercial. You can mix a couple of sports together.
well, would this be love 30 for Sabu?
This is chaos and mayhem.
You got it. Well, speaking of love 30, there's no love lost between these two. And Terry Funk is not loving being smashed into that table.
There you go. There you go. It's about time. He was just getting in the way.
And the referee.
He was just getting in the way. He was in the way. Get him out of
I
here.
can't believe that. Well, it's no disqualification. Sabu going to work on the bed.
Sabu's
Even it's the rotten.
He's making talk sweet in the house.
Sabu is dropping a leg. He's tearing down the house. Terry Funk looks like a fish out of water.
Where's he going? Oh, there we go.
Sabu just moved up to the bad breed. Sabu just moved up to the breed. Oh, the concrete. But Funk is back on his feet.
Oh, no. What's he going to do? He's going to set him across the ring. This could be it. Oh, the table's in the corner.
Sabu is taking care of the bad breed and seemingly is going to take care of Terry Funk.
Oh, he's doing bad things to Mr. Funk.
Bad things, man.
I've seen
Bad
it.
things, man.
He's doing bad things, just like you said.
Terry Funk has been slammed to the table, the lower back. Sabu's going to go for the moonsault.
Oh, he just broke his spleen.
Terry Funk.
His spleen came out of his mouth.
Terry Funk
His
falls
leg,
out of the ring.
wait, his leg is clutching something. It's his knee. It's his knee.
Terry Funk able to roll out of the way. Sabu hit that
I've
table.
never seen anything like it before. He just, look at the attack the handler. The Bad Breeders attack the handler on their side of the ring.
Sabu,
Actually, the handlers attack the
it's
Bad
battling
Breeders.
away with the Bad Breed. He's taking on both of them.
Hey, he's big enough to do it. What's he funny? Can't do it.
Going for the spinning toe hold.
Oh,
Funk is going for the spear
that's
toe.
for the world championship.
Here comes Paulie.
Avon Paulie. Paulie, Paulie. You've seen it, people.
Paulie just reached out and touched someone. Wait a minute, what's going on? That's Jerry.
Who is that?
That's Shane. That's Shane.
What's he doing here? He just hit Paul. He just hit Sabu.
It's Shane. Paulie.
That's a tag team. That's a tag team.
Mayhem is broken loose.
Sure, the legs are out.
The legs are out. The legs are gone out.
They're building Styles.
I can't see it there.
Stop that, Styles.
Hey, get your hand off of me.
That's not your picture. What's going on? I can't see it.
The legs are back on.
The lights are back on, and everybody's on the floor.
Terry Funk is on top. 1, 2, 3.
Funk is a champion. Funk is a champion.
We got a new ECW champion. We got a new champion.
Shane Douglas has had his hands in both the heavyweight title and the tag team title. Shane Douglas should have part of every one of those belts. And look, it's sensational. She left Paulie on the ground out cold.
Well, there was a bully.
2 minutes, 46 seconds. Your winner and new
Terry Funk has done it again. You can add the ECW Heavyweight Championship to that long list of titles that he has held. He's still a legend.
And the contention styles, Sabu is still holding the lead.
Well, it has backfired. You cannot make that many enemies in this business and think of, oh, between Terry Funk, his Cuban men, and
If you want to get the real bad person, the person
what is Sabu doing? He just moved salt to the table from the middle of nowhere.
Comments? Whose comments do you want, man? You don't want to hear what Sabu has to say. You want to hear what Paulie Dangerously has to say. I tell you what, why don't you turn on your VCR? Why don't you tape Shane Douglas's interview? Why don't you tape Terry Funk's interview? Why don't you listen to Shane Douglas say how his big problem is Terry Funk? Why don't you listen to Terry Funk say how his big problem is Shane Douglas? Why don't you listen to them both explain how they're going to take care of their own problems when they fight on Friday night, January 7th? And then, if you're lucky, I'll come back out here and I'll tell you exactly where Sabu and I stand. Now, as for you, Mr. Cameraman, I think it's about time that you learn how to read the freaking English language.
Here comes Terry Funk. During our last commercial break, Douglas had these final few comments on this title match.
All right, sir, how much time we have?
Just a couple of more minutes, Shane. Just a couple
Couple more minutes, couple more minutes.
Come on, come on.
A couple more minutes till Shane Douglas becomes the champion of
That's
ECW
right,
again.
baby.
To show the whole world why I'm called the franchise. That's right. 5 minutes. Terry Funk is mine in 5 minutes, and the gold is mine.
Less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5
Less
minutes.
than 5
All
minutes.
right, 5 minutes. Then get these geeks out of here.
Get out! Get out of here!
The long wait is over. It's time for the ECW Heavyweight title match. Shane Douglas looked very anxious to start this. Oh, and isn't that cute, a warm embrace? This is Joey Styles from the Eagles Nest above the ECW arena, joined this week by Paulie Dangerously, former manager of the franchise, Shane Douglas, and current manager of Sabu. And Paul, what do you have to say about this heavyweight championship matchup?
Well, obviously, there is no honor among thieves. Shane Douglas, the franchise, cost Sabu the ECW. Man, this guy's going to need a shot after that.
Hey.
And here we go. Shane Douglas and Terry Funk locking up for the very first time.
Collar and elbow tie-up. Funk backs in Shane Douglas. He'll be the first man to throw a closed fist. I'm sure it'll happen within the first 60 seconds of this match. You better believe it.
And notice, Funk is very, very leery of the franchise. Shane is coming in all headstrong. Shane is coming in all fired up, and Terry Funk is just trying to keep the franchise at bay. Did you hear Funk's so emotional interview? His father lived for this business.
Absolutely.
His brother lived for this
Sure.
sport. This is one of the worst criminals in the history of this sport. And look at Douglas backing his way out of the ring.
People who live in glass condominiums shouldn't throw stones dangerously as Shane Douglas seeks refuge on the outside from Terry Funk, who's attempting to give the handsome Shane Douglas some cauliflower ears. Remember, Shane Douglas wore that belt not too long ago. He has tasted the gold, and some say it's addictive. Once you've had a taste, you want it again and again and again, and you can bet Shane Douglas has that taste of victory in his mouth. He would like nothing better than to walk out of the ECW arena later this evening carrying that heavyweight championship belt.
Well, Douglas has all the momentum going his way. He is the franchise now here in the NWA. And Shane Douglas wants to go in to February 5th at the ECW arena, right back here in this arena with the ECW title strapped around his waist.
And that would give him a decided advantage in that matchup with Funk and Sabu. Funk now shoving off the franchise. The franchise comes right out of the corner, ready to fight, but Funk catches him in a side headlock, and again he's wrenching it in, trying to give Douglas cauliflower ears. Handful of hair and an elbow on the back of the neck of Douglas, and again a shot that was actually a rabid punch to the back of the neck. Terry Funk really roughing it up here. Back to the side headlock. This looks like a classic heavyweight championship matchup from years ago. Side headlocks, Terry Funk reverting back to the glory days. Shane Douglas, you can bet, will be able to match him hold for hold if he can ever get out of this side headlock.
Well, you talk about glory days and old-time title matches. Terry Funk in 1975, 76, and the beginning of 77 was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He wrestled more 60-minute matches, 60-minute draws, 60-minute matches that went to a decision than any champion in a one-year period in the year 1976. And Shane Douglas has vowed to take Funk all the way to the time limit, but he has also vowed to beat this man, Terry Funk, for the ECW heavyweight title.
Well, 1976 was just fine, but right now it's 1994, and Funk had better be in condition. He better have spent his time on the Stairmaster, on the bike, doing the cardiovascular training, because Shane Douglas can certainly take him an hour. Shane Douglas is one of the greatest athletes in all of pro wrestling, or professional sports for that matter, as now Douglas dumped on the outside, able to catch the rope, and pulling down on Terry Funk. You can bet Douglas can go all night long, as now Funk pulls Shane Douglas back in the ring, and again, wrenches it with that side headlock.
And notice how Terry Funk is keeping his feet way, way apart. He's keeping a vertical base. Terry Funk is not allowing Shane Douglas any room to breathe. And now Douglas trying to power his way out of the headlock, and a crafty move by the biggest cheater in all of sports, Terry Funk.
What were you calling a cheater? This from a man who goes around smashing people over the head with a telephone? You're no spokesman for long distance. As now, an embrace by Shane and Sherry. Funk breaks that up in a hurry. There'll be no loving at ringside, as now, again, Terry Funk with that side headlock on Shane Douglas. He really wants to take this kid's head home with him tonight.
I don't know if he wants to take the kid's head home with him, or if he just wants to keep Douglas at bay. But I tell you what, he has a side headlock going on the floor. These guys are both going to get counted out.
Indeed, the referee is counting. As he reached 10 yet, as Sherry and Funk swing on the outside. There goes the bell. Oh, no, this match can't end like that. We were just getting warmed up.
Yeah, we were just getting warmed up, but I bet you're all disappointed. And you want to know something, Joey Styles? For everybody that was happy when these two were in cahoots against Sabu and myself, I tell you what, I'm glad you're disappointed. I'm glad you got ripped off. What a rip-off, and I'm glad for it.
Well, Terry Funk claims he wants to...
I'll be damned. The Douglas Kentucky Championship coming. Let him try to damn well do it.
Well,
he wants to fight Douglas.
He wants the match to continue.
Why didn't he give Sabu a title shot? I protest. I protest. I protest.
Oh, why don't you take a leap out of the eagle's nest? I've had it with you. These fans paid to see a title match.
We're restarting the match.
Yeah, you're damn right. We're restarting the match. We're back with heavyweight championship match. Are you still here?
I'm still here, and I'm still protesting, and I am here on behalf of the rightful owner of the ECW heavyweight title, Sabu.
Rightful owner, Terry Funk on the outside is now, he's taking it to Shane Douglas going up to the top. He will give Funk no breather. The franchise comes down across the lower back of Terry Funk. That may be a smart move. I mean, Funk's no spring chicken. He's been in the Mat Wars a long time. You can bet he's had his share of bumps and bruises on that back, and Douglas really going to work on Terry Funk. No, it's not the back. Douglas is choosing to work over that arm and the shoulder of Terry Funk.
Terry Funk is in a world of hurt right now, as Shane Douglas wants to prove to the entire world that he is indeed the franchise, and he is laying it in to the left arm of the southpaw from Amarillo, Texas, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion and the current ECW Heavyweight Champion, Terry Funk.
Earlier it was Terry Funk continuing to go to work on the side headlock, wrenching the neck of Shane Douglas. Now it's Shane Douglas going to work on the arm and the shoulder of Terry Funk. Perhaps he feels that's the weakness. Who knows what his scouting report told him? I'm sure Sherry did some homework. She's traveled to Mexico and God knows where else. Maybe she picked up some information saying Funk had a bad arm.
And look at the leverage that Shane Douglas now employs against the left arm, the bicep, the tricep, the forearm, and the shoulder of Terry Funk. Yes, Sherry has been in Mexico. Yes, she's been hanging around with Jake the Snake Roberts. But I don't know what, oh man, you're telling me that hench wench did not tell Shane Douglas to go for the left arm? Look at the expression of pain on the face of Terry Funk. There's only one man that should have that expression on his face more than Funk.
And who would that be?
Douglas. He's the one that cost Sabu the title.
Well, you asked for everything you got, and so did Sabu. Is now Shane Douglas really tying up Terry Funk like a pretzel here in the ECW arena. Refuses to let go of that arm.
And notice the look of desperation on the face of Douglas. He's afraid what's going to happen when Terry Funk breaks loose. He's not giving Terry Funk any room to breathe.
Terry Funk shoulder first into that turnbuckle, just as Douglas planned it. And again, Shane Douglas riding Terry Funk down to the canvas. A takedown would be 2 points if it was amateur wrestling, but this is not amateur. This is the pros. This is for all the marbles. This is for the gold. The ECW Heavyweight Championship. And Shane Douglas is holding on to the arm of Terry Funk, much like Terry Funk is trying to hold on to that title belt.
You know, coming into this match, I thought originally that Funk had the proper game plan. He was calm, he was cool, he was collected. Wham! A headbutt by the wily veteran. Wham! Another one by Terry Funk. He's going to go for 3.
A trifecta of headbutts stagger both men, and Terry Funk just tumbled out of the ring. I believe he tumbled down on one of our cameramen.
Good, I never liked that cameraman to begin with.
Oh, good flight. You wouldn't accept a payoff from you, as now Shane Douglas going to work on Terry Funk on the outside. These two are all over the arena, and Terry Funk is all over that guardrail. Again, shoulder first.
Hey, you think if the referee counts them both out again, that Terry Funk is going to beg for the match to continue? I think Funk will do anything to survive now. He needs to enter February 5th right back here at the EC. Wham!
I want you to mind your own business.
Because she's doing what a manager's job is to do.
Yeah, interfere in a match, wreak havoc, and generally get on my nerves. And that's present company included, dangerously. As now Shane Douglas grabbing hold of that arm. Terry Funk with a few choice words for Sherry Martel, words I won't dare to repeat on ECW television. And Douglas dragging Terry Funk back into the ring, sitting down on Funk, wrenching that arm. And this is a smart maneuver because it gives Douglas basically a breather. He's not exerting any energy. This is why Douglas can go 60 minutes. He's pulling up on that arm, and he's just sitting there catching his breath.
And now he's applying a figure 4 leg bind. You know, coming into the match, I thought Funk had the better game plan. I thought Douglas was too ramped up. I thought he was expending his energy. I thought Sherry had him way too high up on the game. I thought Sherry had him too cranked up. But now, look at Sherry. She's torturing Funk. She's going at it verbally with Funk, and Shane has Funk all tied up, using the leverage to his advantage, catching his second wind as Terry Funk uses all his energy, trying to escape a very, very painful hold.
Well, I hate to agree with you on any point, but I've heard Sherry's mouth since the beginning of this match. She's a verbal diuretic, to say the least. And Shane Douglas, as you said, is pacing himself. That's why he claims to be the franchise, a wrestler in the classic tradition. And he's taking it to Terry Funk, but Funk fighting back. I don't know where Funk gets it. Chopping away at Douglas. He has freed his arm, but it's just dangling there. That arm is just dangling, and Funk used it as a weapon. That was instinct. He wasn't thinking at all.
Funk is fighting with everything that he has. He's holding on to the ECW title like it's his very life. Douglas comes off the rope. Wham! Right back down on the arm.
That may be the turning point in this match. Terry Funk may have to give it up. He'd hate to give up the title, but you don't want to give up your career. As now Shane Douglas going to work on the arm. We've got to go to a break.
Another break?
Another break.
Who's calling for these breaks? You or the
Our director, Matt Radical. We've got to go to station.
I never liked him, and I never liked this station.
We're back with heavyweight championship action as Shane Douglas working over the arm of Terry Funk. This is the bonus 30 minutes of this edition of NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling. Remember, we've got 90 minutes of action, 60 down, 30 to go, and Shane Douglas and Terry Funk could care less about the time. They're going to keep going till one man walks out of here champion.
And look at Funk now. He's desperately trying, wham, desperately trying to ward off the challenge of the franchise, Shane Douglas.
And that last chop sent the franchise falling to the floor as now Terry Funk follows Shane Douglas to the outside. And an elbow on top of the head of Shane Douglas. Again, Funk using that arm. And that arm goes right to the ring post and then the guardrail.
Terry Funk is wrestling with one arm, and it's not even his good arm. Terry Funk is a southpaw. How many times that wham! Once again, the left shoulder, the left arm going right into the ring post. Terry Funk is wrestling with only his right arm, and he's not ambidextrous. He is a lefty. He's a southpaw, and Douglas is unrelentless. This is not the same Shane Douglas that was a World Tag Team Champion with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He's not just trying to beat Terry Funk. He's trying to hurt him. He's trying to maim him. He's trying to finish off Funk's left arm for good.
Well, Douglas threw a chair in the ring. Luckily, our referee was quick to throw it back out before these two got back in the ring. A headbutt sound, Shane Douglas down to the ring apron, and Funk sends Douglas to the floor. But Douglas is intent on using this chair, and he does. Across the back and the shoulder again of Terry Funk. And now Shane Douglas again. He's really he's driving that chair in. He's trying to take that arm right off.
Shane Douglas is like a shark that smells blood. He's moving in for the kill, and it's the blood of Terry Funk. And you know what? I think when Shane drove that chair down into the arm of Funk, he hurt that arm even worse than it was already hurt. He's busted it open. I can tell. Funk's arm is ripped. The skin on his shoulder is ripped. Terry Funk is in a bad, bad way.
Well, the southpaw now will attempt to defend himself with his right hand as he has no choice. He has no recourse. He's going to have to wrestle with one hand as Shane is given quite a handicap for the rest of this match. We've got a southpaw, can't use his left hand.
Funk is trying to slow down Shane's momentum, but Shane won't be slowed down. Look at the smile on the henchwench, Sensational Sherry. Shane will not give up. Shane will not stop coming after Funk. Shane wants to be the ECW Heavyweight Champion, leading into the three-way match on Saturday night, February 5th, right back here at the ECW Arena.
Now, you've got a lot of unkind words for Sherry Martel, but yet when you introduced her as the valet, the manager, the director of covert operations for your new dangerous alliance with Shane Douglas, you had some pretty positive comments for her.
Of course I did. You know, every time I name a director of covert operations, I name some tramp to that position, and as always with the woman, they let me down. Women always seem to do that. They always seem to let me down.
Yeah, I've heard it. It goes both ways, by the way, Paul. As now, Sherry Martel looks on as Shane Douglas riding, Terry Funk riding that injured arm, really trying to tear that appendage right off of the ECW Heavyweight Champion. Shane Douglas is relentless. He's like a piranha. He is a man obsessed with criminal crippling Terry Funk, I would have to say. And this is one hell of a game plan, I must say. I hadn't seen it at the beginning, but now it's quite clear. Shane Douglas is going to work over that arm of Terry Funk until it is useless.
And look at Douglas now. Look at the intensity on this man. This is what was missing all those years. This is what was missing when he was the World Tag Team Champion with Ricky Steamboat. And now Douglas, truly at the top of his game, wanting to prove to everybody that he is exactly what he has written on the back of his tights, that he is the franchise, that he is the premier athlete, not just here in ECW, not just in the NWA, but in all of professional wrestling. Look at Douglas. He's taking his time. He is tormenting Terry Funk. Shane Douglas is trying not only to wrestle the ECW title from Terry Funk, he is trying to finish Funk off before February 5th.
Well, I'll tell you, in my opinion, what was missing in Shane Douglas was the ECW competition. Yeah, you can be a world champion somewhere else and still be a nice guy. Try that here in Eastern Championship Wrestling, and they'll knock your block off. As right now, a reverse atomic drop. Really, well, Shane Douglas did not turn it loose. And again, he comes down across the knee. And Shane Douglas goes, he's tenacious. Right back to work on that arm. Douglas doesn't want to let the left arm of Terry Funk go.
Even though Terry Funk is grabbing the bull by the horns, the bull is not going down. He is hanging on as tenacious as a bulldog. He will not let go of Terry Funk's arm. He is going to twist. Wham! Beautiful shot to the jaw. Mike Tyson would be envious.
Well, Terry Funk using his one good arm and a few jabs and a headbutt. What a combination, but Funk knocked himself silly on that one. Funk face first down to the canvas. Douglas follows him down, again hooking that arm. Douglas now again giving himself a breather, just using all of his weight, laying in on top of Terry Funk, but still wrenching that arm. And that is why Shane Douglas has indeed become a 60-minute man.
Brilliant wrestling by Shane Douglas. He got headbutted right in the nose, and he was hurt. His eyes blurred up. He couldn't see. He didn't know where he was, what he'd do. He cranked down on Funk, got the leverage. Leverage is the key, not only to amateur wrestling, but professional wrestling. Got the leverage advantage, and then try to clear his senses. Then try to clear his eyes. Then try to recoup from what Terry Funk laid into him with.
First of all, what would you know about amateur wrestling? From what I hear, you always had a doctor's note to get out of phys ed as a kid up there in Scarsdale. Great camera work showing the expression of pain on the face of Terry Funk as he's locked in that hole. Now Shane Douglas runs through Terry Funk once again, takes over Terry Funk, and again goes right back to work on that arm. For a second, the action got fast and furious. Douglas wants to slow it down. Douglas wants to dictate the pace. Douglas wants to ride Terry Funk and wear him down. And what camera work! Terry Funk is in pain, Terry Funk is in trouble, and Shane Douglas is loving every minute of it.
Of course he's loving every minute of it. Take a look at Terry Funk, and take a look at Sherry Martel, and take another look at Terry Funk. Look at the expression on his face. That man is upset. That man feels the ECW title slipping away as he goes down for the leg, and now he's going for the SDF, but another reversal by the franchise.
Drop toe hold by Terry Funk. Really couldn't get a second move going. Couldn't get those moves rocked off in succession as Shane Douglas immediately locked up that left arm.
I don't blame Funk for hiding those eyes. The eyes are the mirror to the soul, and right now there is nothing but fear in the eyes of Terry Funk as Douglas is holding on for dear life himself. But look at Funk, he's wiggling his fingers. He's trying to keep the feeling in that hand, but you can tell Douglas has been working on that arm now for close to 10 minutes, and that arm is getting number and number by the minute.
Shane Douglas refusing to let up on Terry Funk, now throws him to the outside. Terry Funk really trying to get it together here.
Man, he's crying. He is upset. There are tears coming down the face of Terry Funk. I haven't seen anybody cry that much, well, since Lawrence Taylor on Sunday.
Your Giants didn't do too well. I hear you lost a few bucks on that one, too, as Shane Douglas follows Terry Funk right out and immediately goes to work on that shoulder. They're on the outside. Douglas has a chain. It's wrapped around the throat of Terry Funk. The franchise trying to choke out Funk with that chain.
And meanwhile, Sherry has the referee occupied. The ref can't see any of this, and Terry Funk meets the back wall of the... Right, give him a kiss, Sherry. Give him a kiss, and then the ref needs to get a shot.
you lay off her. Terry Funk is in a bad way as Shane Douglas uses him for a handball. Now has him trapped in the corner. Really going to work on that arm, which I believe is busted open. Terry
I told you that before. I told you that the skin was separated, and now Shane is making it worse than you can see it. Douglas has definitely done not just muscular damage to the arm. That arm is now busted open and wham! Down with the chair. Shane Douglas is unrelentless. He is unmerciful. He truly wants to prove to the world that he is the franchise in professional wrestling. Look at this. Have you ever seen Shane so vicious?
No! Oh my! Terry Funk's shoulder sandwiched in between that metal dolly and a steel chair. And if Shane Douglas didn't smell blood before, he can certainly smell it and see it as well as it runs down the arm of Terry Funk. Oh, is Funk in trouble? You know, I hate to admit it. He might want to give this up. As there you see the remains of Terry Funk's arm on the ring apron. Terry Funk may want to give it up. You give up the title, but you save your career. Nothing's worth your career. Terry Funk's got a few years left in him. Why give them all up now?
Because the ECW Heavyweight Championship doesn't just mean money, doesn't just mean prestige, doesn't just mean glory for Terry Funk. This is what his career is all about. This is a source of pride that cannot be taken away lightly from Terry Funk. You have to not only take this man down, you have to take, wham! You have to take away his heart and his soul to take away the ECW title. That's why he turned his back on the fans. That's why he turned his back on his friends. Terry Funk doesn't care. Now he's flipping chairs into the ring. He'll do anything to remain champion.
What a hook shot by Terry Funk. Wasn't even looking over his left shoulder. Caught Shane Douglas with a chair. You know, the New York Knicks could use a guy with a hook shot like that. And Terry Funk may want to consider switching sports after this one is over, because he might have no left arm. He might want to try bowling or something. He's in a world of trouble, and I'm not kidding. Shane Douglas has really done a number on Terry Funk's arm, but now it is Terry Funk going to work on... Look at that. He's just punching away on the legs of Shane Douglas, trying to give him a pair of Charlie horses. Shane Douglas may have a few appendages on the shelf as well. He can't walk. Funk can't swing. These two are beating each other pillar to post. And Terry Funk will not stay down. He will not take the count out. He will not take the easy way out. He wants to pin Shane Douglas and prove to the ECW and the world watching. He's slapping away.
He's paintbrushing that franchise. He is slap-handing him back, forth. He is slapping Shane Douglas all around the ring.
Well, Terry Funk has really had enough of Shane Douglas. He's not going to take it anymore.
And Douglas landed wrong on the outside of the ring. He tried to get away from Funk, and now Douglas himself has a hurt arm. Douglas, look at the expression of pain on the face of the franchise. You know, like I said earlier, I knew that Terry Funk had the right game plan going into this match.
Wait a minute. You said that Terry Funk was too sedate?
That's right. I said Terry Funk was so sedate that he fooled Shane Douglas. Brilliant game plan by Terry Funk. I knew it all along.
DDT on the outside. I'm glad we've got your comments on videotape, so I'm not the only one who knows you're a bold-faced liar. As Terry Funk now on the floor with Shane Douglas. Douglas classy-eyed. Funk fighting to get to his feet. Oh, boy, he can hardly stand up himself. This is one of the greatest wrestling matches I have ever seen in my life. Not just as a broadcaster, not just as a journalist. In my entire life since I've seen my first wrestling match, this is one of the all-time greatest matches, as these two are taking everything they have, and they're leaving it here on the outside. Funk's gonna hold a Sherry. Funk's got Sherry.
Here we go.
What's gonna happen here?
Wham! Like I said, brilliant game plan by the franchise Shane Douglas. Brilliant game plan. I knew he suckered in Terry Funk. I knew that Funk was way too sedate. I called it all along. Shane Douglas all the way.
From now on, I'm going to call you the windsock because you change directions like the wind. As now, Sherry Martel doing her job, distracting Terry Funk, giving Shane Douglas the upper hand once again. Douglas full of the filth of the ECW arena. He's been beaten from one end of this building to the other, as has Terry Funk. These two look like they were in a street fight and didn't know anybody.
Here we go now. Shane setting up Funk for the pile driver. And if Douglas hits this, it's all over.
Wham! We got a new ECW heavyweight champion. Let me call Sabu and tell him that we can now challenge the franchise for our title.
You get a big mouth. 1, 2, and you... Oh my goodness! Terry Funk able to kick out. Where did Terry Funk get that from? For 1 minute, for 1 second, I thought you were actually right. I thought that was it. Terry Funk has been spiked. Douglas going for it again. Surely if he hits this one.
Straight up and straight down.
That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. No, Terry Funk inching his way like a worm, like a snake, going for lower ground. He's on the arena floor, but he can't be pinned there. What instinct by Terry Funk. And now Sherry's out there choking. She's out there. Why don't you mind your own business, Sherry? Why don't you get... Terry Funk's got her by the hair. Terry Funk's got her by the... You know what? Give it to her. Look at that. You heard what? She's no lady.
If this happens, you're the one that's going to take the heat for it.
Take the heat for what? Did you see her interfering in this match? She's ruining a classic matchup. She deserves whatever she gets. And now it's Shane Douglas ramming the head of Terry Funk into the steel ring post. And Funk is on Dream Street.
Well, he better dream that he's the ECW heavyweight champion tonight, because by the time this match is over, he will be a former champion, because the game plan that's being employed by the franchise Shane Douglas is the right one, is the correct one. It's the winning game plan, and he's going to go all the way, and there's Sherry showing exactly how a manager should assist his or her protege.
That's who's watching for that. A manager makes plane reservations, sets up training sessions, helps you with your diet, helps you pick your opponents, helps you with scouting reports.
Hey, you're right. She is picking his opponent. She's picking his opponent apart piece by piece. You called it.
There's no reason for managers to interfere. You should all be banned from ringside. It's now Shane Douglas.
I'm not at ringside.
Ascending to the top turnbuckle, and here comes Shane Douglas with a fist on top of Terry Funk. Terry Funk is lifeless. Terry Funk is not moving.
Terry Funk is busted open.
Terry Funk is done. 1, 2, no! No, Funk finds a way out. Funk finds the back door, and Shane Douglas is stunned. He can't believe it, and Funk now, he's got a soda can.
Where did he get that?
And Jerry gets it the can. Jerry got the can as well.
Oh, I love it. I am loving every single moment of it. The spirit of competition right here in the ECW arena.
And now Terry Funk going to work on the leg of Shane Douglas.
Terry Funk going to work on the leg. Terry Funk going back to the only friend that he never double-crossed. The only friend that never double-crossed him. Terry Funk is going back to the maneuver which won him the NWA World Heavyweight title. Terry Funk is going for the spinning toe hold.
You said it, Paulie, dangerously. Terry Funk operating on instinct remembers that in the late 70s, it was the spinning toe hold that brought him the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Will it help him retain the ECW title on this special 90-minute? We've got to go to a break. We've got to go to a break. He just a chair with a chair. I hope we're getting. Well, both men have made their way back into the ring as the match continues, and Terry Funk is using Shane Douglas as a punching bag
as well as anyone else.
Neck breaker indeed. Funk covers 1, 2, and no, 2 and just inches. 2 and 15 16ths, we'll say. Shane Douglas able to just kick out ever so quickly before that the referee's hand hit for the third slap on the mat. Terry Funk has not won it yet. Shane Douglas refuses to concede defeat to Funk, and the battle for the ECW heavyweight title continues.
And everyone here at the ECW arena is on their feet. Everyone besides Funk and Shane. These two are going to have to beat each other to death to determine who is truly the better man.
As they just may do that, as Terry Funk now backdropped on the chairs on the back wall of this ECW arena. These two refuse to stay in the ring. They are going to use every inch of the ECW arena to settle this epic battle, this match of unbelievable proportions for the ECW heavyweight title strap. As now it's Shane Douglas with the soda can. We saw Funk do it earlier. Shane returning the favor on Funk. Now being led back to the ring by the franchise into the ring post. Terry Funk is bleeding. Terry Funk is battered. Terry Funk has been beaten down by Shane Douglas, but Terry Funk continues to fight as Shane Douglas. Terry Funk, his lower back smashed into that ring apron, rolling into the ring. He's in trouble. He is in trouble. No, Terry Funk fighting back. And an elbow on Shane Douglas. Funk off the ropes. Douglas drops down. Terry Funk, near side shoulder block. Both men hit head to head. Douglas down. Funk soon to be down. There he goes.
And Funk was trying to land on Douglas, but he couldn't. He couldn't make his way over to the franchise. As now Terry Funk, the first one up, and he goes for the cover.
1, 2, and no! Shane Douglas able to kick out. Shane Douglas did not want to see his title shot go to waste. Now Terry Funk with the side headlock roll up. Douglas has his feet in the ropes.
He got him!
He got him!
He got him!
Shane Douglas is the new ECW heavyweight champion.
What? No way! No!
Yes. Here comes the bad breed. Here comes the bad breed. Paul Lee has thrown down his headset. Paul Lee is shot to the ring. Paul Lee is in the ring protesting. He is protesting. Paulie's saying, give me the belt. I'd like to belt him. Why should you get the belt? He believes Sabu should be the next champ. Here comes Todd Gordon. All hell is broken in this heavyweight championship match.
You don't belong in the ring. Get out of the ring. You out of the ring. You out of the ring. You out of the ring. Sorry, Martel. Out of the ring. These people on the road. I'm overturning the decision. You get out of the ring now.
The match will continue.
Let's go. This match is not over. It's continuing. You put this match right back on. We will go.
The match continues. Shane Douglas wasting no time in shoving Terry Funk out of the ring. And there's Paul Lee dangerously at ringside, interjecting himself in this match. He is choking Terry Funk. Sensational Sherry urging on Paul Lee dangerously. I didn't think I'd see that anytime soon. As now Funk's few good men, the Bad Breed, the Rotten Brothers, whatever the hell you want to call them, they've got Paul Lee cornered. Meanwhile, on the outside, Sherry is choking Terry Funk. Paul Lee scatters out of the ring. I can't keep up with all this action. The Bad Breed has chased Paul Lee from ringside. Shane Douglas back in the ring.
Remain in the match. 4 minutes.
4 minutes remain. Only 4 minutes remain in this match. As Sherry's out there choking. Well, the damage has been done. Paulie dangerously and Sherry Martel, in essence, double team Terry Funk, aiding the franchise Shane Douglas. Paulie dangerously just hates Terry Funk. And for some reason, he wants Douglas to be the man that Sabu faces for the ECW Heavyweight Championship. Perhaps Paulie knows something that I don't, of course. Terry Funk was the hardest test to date for Sabu, and now Shane puts his foot on the throat of Terry Funk. Cover! 1, 2. 2 count only. Terry Funk, oh, he was so close to being pinned. Terry Funk was just centimeters, not inches, centimeters away from being pinned and losing the ECW Heavyweight Championship.
3 minutes remain in the match. 3 minutes.
3 minutes remain. 3 minutes remain. These guys have got to pour it on now. They've got to get it going. If anyone wants a pinfall at this point, they've got to pull the proverbial rabbit out of the hat, as it were, and hit the big one. Shane Douglas pounding away on Funk. Funk pounding back on Shane. Shane fires back with a right. Both men on the ropes. Terry Funk was going for extra leverage of some sort. Shane Douglas spills onto the outside, right in the hands of Terry Funk's few good men, who now work over Shane Douglas. And here comes Sherry. Sherry's going at it with a few good men. Hey, is anybody in the locker room not involved in this match? This looks like a lumberjack match, a battle royal. Wrap them all up, and you've got the greatest ECW heavyweight matchup I've seen to date. Axel Rotten throws Shane Douglas back into the ring, back to the Wolves, or should I say, the crazy Fox, the wily veteran. He's middle-aged and crazy. He's Terry Funk. There's only 2 minutes left in this match. 2 minutes left. The tide has turned. The hunter has become the hunted. Terry Funk now stalking Shane Douglas. Shane Douglas pounding away on the lacerated forehead of Terry Funk, and it is having no effect. Terry Funk is impervious to those shots. Terry Funk is firing back. This is the Terry Funk I know. This is the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. This is the man who is proud of that ECW the television championship he once held. Proud of the ECW Heavyweight Championship he currently holds. And he will lie down for no man. He will get pinned by no man. Terry Funk wants to beat the hell out of Shane Douglas and pin him for the title. They're on the outside. Jerry's on the floor. Shane meets the guardrail. And Terry Funk is unrelenting. There's about a minute and a half left in this match. 90 seconds of action. We're down to a minute. 60 seconds. 60 seconds left in the match. Shane Douglas goes up and over the top turnbuckle. Douglas to the outside, right in front of the Few Good Men. 45 seconds. We've got about 45 seconds to go. Well, there can't be much time left in this matchup as Sherry is consoling Shane on the outside, protecting him from Terry Funk's Few Good Men. 30 seconds to go. Obviously, the Public Enemy will have to wait until next week. That means we've got 27 seconds left for somebody to go for a pinfall in this title match because, as we know, it only takes 3 seconds to become the ECW Heavyweight Champion. Terry Funk's going to turn it on. 7 seconds left. Can Funk pin the franchise with 5 seconds to go?
2, 1.
No, there goes the bell. The bell is run. Funk goes for the cover. If there is a decision, we'll let you know what happened next week. Until next week, remember, the ECW, it's not a secret anymore. Sandman and Iron Man Tommy Cairo are seeking revenge on Jason's team of the Rockin' Rebel and the Pitbull who tried to hang the Sandman with that chain. Cairo and the Sandman said, "You want to play her up? Let's play her up. Get ready to let the dogs loose." Would you look at the size of Cairo's shoulders? He's been spending extra time with the iron. Here comes his team of the Rockin' Rebel and the Pitbull. And I've got to hand it to Jason. I believe he was in the locker room for all of 30 seconds, able to put on a new outfit. This man's got more outfits than Imelda Marcos has shoes. Jason really adding to his stable when he signed the Rockin' Rebel.
From Mystic Isle, New Jersey, weighing 245 pounds, Iron Man Tommy.
Well, there'll be no need for ring introductions. Let me bring you up to speed. You're looking at the Sandman and Iron Man Tommy Cairo. Double dog collar match against the Rockin' Rebel and the Pitbull. Both men now managed by Jason. Both men seeking revenge. Tommy Cairo was busted wide open by these two thugs. The Sandman almost had his throat ripped out. This one's gonna be ugly, and I love it. ECW, it may not be for everyone, but you won't find me anywhere else. And I live in Stamford. How do you like that one? All right, I'm gonna try to follow all the action as we start up The Sandman and Tommy Cairo have wasted no time. The Pitbull now yanking Cairo over the top rope. Meanwhile, the Sandman has got the Rebel wrapped around that ring post. The Pitbull's going nuts. Somebody give him his rabies shot this month. The Pitbull's got a chair. And Cairo gets a chair across the forehead. And again, the Rebel has been busted open already. And the Sandman has just deposited the Rebel into the stands. I'm trying to get a good view of this action. Oh, boy! The Sandman threw it right back in over that guardrail. The Pitbull and Cairo going at it. Oh, my, this is getting ugly. Both Tommy Cairo and the Rebel busted open. Side suplex by the Rebel on the Sandman. Oh! The Rebel just dropping that chain across the Sandman's in pain. He's hurt. And the Rebel now whipping away on the Sandman with that chain. As the Pitbull works over Cairo in the corner. The Sandman trying to get away. The Rebel draws him in and clothesline him. And Cairo being tossed around inside the ring. And Jason with a cheap shot on the Sandman. The Pitbull drops the leg. Cairo fighting back. The Sandman and the Rebel fighting all over this building. They're headed for the door. The Sandman is picking up a chair. He's setting up a chair. A table, I should say.
Ladies. Can't have everybody up here.
And the Sandman continues to walk over. The Sandman really let it in. And the Sandman is backdropped on the table. Meanwhile, in the ring, we got a 2 count. 2 count only. The Pitbull trying to end it against Tommy Cairo. Remember, only one member of any team has got to get pinned for this one to come to an end. The Pitbull is unrelenting in his attack and cover. 2 and oh my! 2 count only to Pitbull. Feels he has things in his favor, the momentum. The Rebel's gonna pile drive the Sandman on the table. The Rebel just pile drive the Sandman on the table. And Cairo, double underhook suplex on the Pitbull. Violence to no violence. Cairo resorts to great scientific wrestling to get out of a jam. The Sandman now in one corner. The Pitbull and Cairo battling another. We're going to see a train wreck. Maybe not. The Sandman smart enough to get out of that corner. And now the Sandman working over the Pitbull, helping out Tommy Cairo, who's certainly in a bad way, perhaps blinded by the Crimson Mask.
Thank you, Gordon Soley.
And the Sandman and Cairo meet head-to-head, but immediately turn around and battle back. Cairo at the belly-to-belly. 1, 2, 3, yes! Yes! Great thinking by the Sandman.
Your winner, Iron Man Tommy Cairo.
The winners are not.
The Sandman.
The Sandman being hung out to dry by the Rebel. The Pitbull with the double underhook. What power by the Pitbull. Officially a victory for Cairo and the Sandman. The battle may be over, but the war continues. Cairo goes up and over. Jason now in the ring with those horrible pants. What is he wearing? The Sandman back in the ring. And the Sandman clears the ring. We haven't heard the last of these four, believe you me. This story will continue. Well, this is a match I've been waiting to see for quite some time. And where else but Philadelphia could this go down? The Public Enemy Flyboy Rocco Rock, who's getting down, and Johnny Grunge to meet the team. Too violent for Smoky Mountain Wrestling. The Bruise brothers are in the building.
Don't call me Jailbird!
And here come Ron and Don Harris, the Bruise brothers. Why are these men here to take on the Public Enemy? Because they wanted to fight, and nobody else wanted to fight except the Public Enemy. Case closed. It's that simple. You got it. It's ECW and nowhere else. There is nowhere else. All hell is broken loose early. Remember, no rules, no holds barred. Chairs illegal, brass knucks illegal, chains illegal. What the hell? If it ain't nailed down, it's legal. Right in front of me here is Johnny Grunge and either Ron or Don Harris, I'm not quite sure. Johnny Grunge now forced to defend himself with a chair. This is going down right in front of me, if you can believe this. I've lost sight of Rocco Rock and the other Bruise brothers. They're in the bleachers. I can't quite find anybody. They're somewhere in the building. Believe me, somewhere in this building, four men are beating the living hell out of each other. Here comes one half of the Bruise brothers and Johnny Grunge out of the bathroom. And Johnny Grunge back into the bathroom. Quite frankly, where he belongs. Can you imagine being the mother of Ron and Don Harris? These are two men only a mother can love. Rocco Rock trying to get away from Ron or Don or one of the Bruise brothers. Rocco Rock being pasted against the wall. He may become a permanent fixture of this arena right over by the snack bar. Rocco Rock has been busted open. Are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me? We have lost all semblance of order. Am I still on the air? Do these headsets work? This is Eastern Championship Wrestling. You can't find this kind of action in Atlanta. You can't find it in Stanford. Believe me, I know, I live there. You're not going to find it in any mountains. You're not going to find it in Memphis. You're only going to find it in Philly, the city of brotherly love. And speaking of brotherly love, it's one half of the Bruise brothers depositing Rockin on the canvas. Rock doesn't know where he is. Well, he knows where he is now. He's on the floor. And the Bruise brothers are just completely annihilating the public enemy. These two jailbirds who have run roughshod over everyone here in the ECW are being manhandled by the Bruise brothers. Both Rock and Grudge, blinded by their own blood. Oh, they're in the stands again. There are chairs flying all over. Johnny Grunge is wearing one. Quite frankly, it goes lovely with this outfit. This is just brutal. This isn't a wrestling match, it's a street fight. This is a South Philadelphia street fight. And if you're not in the ECW arena watching this match live, I'm certainly glad you can be with us on ECW home video. This has got to be the hottest video cassette in town. Johnny Grunge just being pummeled at ringside. Oh, he can't even see.
Into the match, 5 minutes.
Johnny Grunge begging off, asking for mercy. He'll get none. None from either one of these two. Can you appreciate what it must have been like to grow up in the Harris household? I mean, what did these two get for Christmas? Chainsaws? Rock and one half of the Harris is now right beside my broadcast position. Rock now right in front of me. Rock attempting to use a soda can. And right in front of me, if you can see this, Rock being choked out by one half of the Bruise brothers. This is great. I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm getting out of here in a hurry. No, not on my table. No, what are you doing? My table. You've got to be kidding me. Right on my broadcast table. The table is broken. Rock and what happened to Bruise brothers? I can't believe this. Only in ECW and nowhere else. Rock has been laid out right in front of me. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my mind. This is ECW. It's not for everyone. And right now, it's certainly not for Flyboy Rock, who was just being pummeled. Pummeled. Well, now you know if you buy a front row seat at the ECW, you're getting your money's worth. You might have to share it with the public enemy, but you're getting your money's worth. Hey, there's a novel idea. Let's get it back in the ring. Rock continue to be pummeled. Rock is just being choked out by these huge Bruise brothers who are about 6'10", 300 pounds apiece. Can you imagine their poor mother trying to feed these two? What do? Just knock off the horns, rip off the tail, and wheel it out. Wait a minute. Johnny Grunge with a handful of powder in the eyes of one half of the Bruise brothers. But just like that, here comes another one. And who can tell these two apart? That's got to give him an advantage. Of course, wait a minute. Rock's got a 2x4. Remember, there are no rules. There's a cover.
sustaining a heinous beating
And your winner,
at the hands of the Bruise brothers.
Boy Rockin
Found the loophole.
Johnny
It's no rule. Rock with a 2x4. And the public enemy remain the bad boys of the block here in the ECW. They found a way to win the match. But you can bet the Bruise brothers will be back in the ECW arena to face Rock and Grudge. As Philadelphia's own J.T. Smith hits the ring, we're ready for more ECW action. J.T. Smith, probably the gutsiest athlete I've ever seen. And he's going to have to muster all the guts he can tonight as he is facing the huge Mike Awesome.
Wrestling fans in the ring at this time, from Philadelphia, he weighs 238 pounds. Please welcome Philadelphia's own J.T. Smith. From Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 310 pounds, this is Awesome Mike Awesome!
Well, J.T. Smith will waste no time. He's not going to deal with Mike Awesome. J.T. Smith hit with an awesome right hand, but right back to his feet. You're not going to intimidate Jake. Clothesline. The clothesline that turns Smith inside out. Awesome with the splash on Smith. Smith whipped into the ropes. Clothesline again. Smith lands on his head. J.T. Smith is out on his feet. Awesome whips him in once again. Bear hug. Overhead belly to belly. Smith almost lands in the front row. And Mike Awesome is just destroying J.T. Smith. Awesome now having a good time at the expense of Smith. Here comes Awesome from across the ring. Clothesline and sends Smith up and over the top to the floor. Where's Mike Awesome going? Mike Awesome just landed on J.T. Smith, sandwiching him on the guardrail. J.T. Smith is gonna be hurt. Awesome saying it's time for the power bomb. J.T. rolls him up. J.T. Smith. J.T. Smith, yes.
J.T. Smith!
Yes! Mike Awesome, after punishing J.T. Smith, was going for the power bomb. What's this? And Mike Awesome just power bombed the referee. Not again. The referee's not even moving. No! Well, he may be awesome, but tonight he wants to look. Where is he going?